المكتب التعاوني للدعوة والإرشاد وتوعية الجاليات بخميس مشيط.
Glasses. Alhamdulillah, salatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa ala. Allahumma allimna ma yanfa'una wanfa'na bima 'allamtana wa zidna ilma. Today inshallah I'll just focus on why should we fast Ramadan? What is the purpose of Ramadan? Why? And this is a question that we should ask when doing every form of ibadah that you want Allah to reward you for. Why am I doing it? Why fasting? Is it?
We should find so that will be righteous.
Okay. Because to acquire righteousness, taqwa. يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. So this is part of what Allah wanted us to achieve through fasting, which is taqwa. First of all, before taqwa, why do you fast? Because you like fasting? See? We do all form of worship to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah ordained us, directed us, ordered us to do this form of worship for His sake. He's not subhanahu. So we do it. Because many people fast for medical purposes, for many other reasons. But when we fast because Allah ordered us to fast and made fasting obligatory. Therefore, we do it for His sake, for His pleasure, for His reward. You see? And since fasting is just like any other form of worship, just like zakah, just like salah, can you fast Ramadan in Shaban or in Muharram? You could make voluntary, optional fasting at any month. You could follow the sunnah in different ways. So why Ramadan? Also, the timing is selected by Allah. It's not any other month, but the month of Ramadan. And this is just to focus on something that this is the resemblance, the implementation of true tawheed. Of true tawheed. This is that we fast for nobody but for Allah. We don't have the choice to choose any other month to fast but the month of Ramadan because Allah chose that month for us. How do we fast? I would say, okay, it's a matter. Sometimes we fast 10 days, 10 to 12 hours. This is an average, 13 hours. So instead of fasting from dawn to dusk, from suhoor before Fajr to, why not do it in time, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night? You're fasting 13 hours, aren't you? So it's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. It's you follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directed certain time. It is before the adhan of Fajr until the adhan of Maghrib. Period. So other nations say we fast, but you have you don't have to fast from anything. You just fast from eating. You could drink water.
And fruits.
Yeah, you could do. You see, can you do that? No. These are the things that we should really focus on to know the purpose of fasting. لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, which is, if you're not really observe all these, you're not making taqwa. Okay? And fasting is different from other form of worship, in the sense that fasting is between you. Salah, we see you making salah. Zakah, we might see you paying your money. Hajj, labbaik Allahumma labbaik, okay? Saying ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, being good to your parents, doing things, we may see you. And we could tell that you are doing the work. But fasting is abstaining. So you don't see what I'm doing. You see? I feel it, but you don't see it. Only Allah knows it. And this is why this form of worship is one of the greatest forms of worship in terms of training oneself for the observance of Allah alone, not anybody else. Any one of us could go home, could eat, could drink, could sleep with your wife, nobody would know. But Allah. And you go to people, you say, I'm fasting. And nobody will question that. Unless you drink in front of them or eat in front of them. They will not question it. They will not question it because. But other forms of ibadah could be questioned. People don't see you in the masjid. Say, why don't you pray? Say, oh, no, we haven't seen you praying. You see? For this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, كل عمل ابن آدم له الحسنة بعشر أمثالها إلى 700 ضعف إلا الصوم فإنه لي وأنا أجزي به. Allah says, all the deeds that Ibn Adam does will be rewarded for. One hasana, one good deed, multiplied 10 until 700 multiplications, with the exception of fasting. It's for me, it's for Allah. And I reward for it. And Allah, whatever Allah is giving is infinite, cannot be counted. This is, your deeds will be counted, good deeds. Rewards will be counted. But for fasting, it will not be counted. Only Allah will be able to count them. And this is something we realize why we fast. It's important. It's not because our parents are fasting, we follow them. It's not because our fellow Muslims are fasting, we follow them. No. We fast for a great purpose, for a great reward that we expect. And this is why Allah, the hadith says, من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. This is one of the things that you get. Just one of the things. But you fast Ramadan إيمانا واحتسابا. What does it mean, إيمانا واحتسابا? It's not any, there's a condition. If you fast Ramadan, believing in the prescription of this month for the believers. Okay, first of all, you believe that it's Allah who has to do it. واحتسابا, and you expect the reward from Allah alone. One of the benefits is غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. All your previous sins will be. So if we're truthful with Allah in Ramadan, regardless of the great rewards that we know, that we don't know of, and we will not know of in this life, but when we meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in addition to that, one small thing, but it's very great, that all your previous sins will be forgiven, wiped out. So after Ramadan, you could start with a new record with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See? See? You see how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is gracious? This is another thing we fast. Why you fast? Another question that I'll ask, is it abstaining from eating, drinking, and permissible sex? Is it during the day of Ramadan? Is it that fasting for the sake of Allah? And you expect this if it's not for the sake of Allah, you could fast from these things without being